So I know that this type of video is different from the usual types of videos that I do, but this is something I wanted to talk about, something that came straight from the heart. So if this is your first time watching one of my videos, hi, I'm Ace, and I'm a Christian. I love God, and He's been a huge help in my life. I love Jesus. Jesus Christ died for my sins. You all know the story, but I wanted to talk about something that I read about last time I read this, if I can find the chapter itself. Alright, I finally found the story. Now, I should say that my Bible isn't the normal Bible that you'd be familiar with. This is basically a learner's Bible that I got years ago, and it's the closest thing to an actual Bible that I have, and I don't really go to bookstores often, so there's that. But I found it. It was the storm. Mark 4:35-41. Jesus was in the back of the boat with his head on a pillow. He was asleep. The disciples woke him up. Teacher, teacher, they said, we are about to drown. Jesus got up. He told the wind and the waves to be quiet. Then everyone and everything was calm. Jesus asked his disciples, why were you afraid? Don't you have any faith? You see, those words hold a very special place in my heart because I feel like, especially as of recent, I have been struggling with my faith in Jesus. But I started to realize that God is not a limited God. I am limiting my faith in a limitless God that, like I said, has no limits. Jesus can do anything. Anything and anything. I mean, anything and everything. This isn't scripted, so I'm just saying what comes to mind, everything that comes from the heart. Anything and everything that Jesus can do, will do, so long as you have the faith in it. And I started to realize that whenever I pray, it doesn't feel like I actually believe that what I pray for can come to life. It doesn't feel like Jesus can do what I ask him to do. But I started to realize that if my prayers aren't very intimidating or threatening to me, it's basically insulting God because he is a limitless God. Jesus is the limitless Son of God. Someone with the same powers and someone with the same infinite love. Now, like I said, I know that this isn't at all similar to some of the other videos that I do, and I could not care less if this gets any comments or likes or whatever, but I just hope and pray that this video reaches someone, because it's likely that whoever's watching this right now has the same problems as I do, as I did, and as I probably still do. And it's that faith in Jesus is kind of rare now, but I hope that this video inspired someone that Jesus can do anything. Anything and everything can be done through Jesus, through Christ Jesus. But that only matters if you have the full faith and trust that he can do what you ask him for. Doesn't matter if your prayers are higher than your standards or anticipations, or lower than what you want them to be. Anything and everything can be done by Jesus. And I hope you know that. God bless.